Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Lost in Prose, where we talk about all things bookish. And in today's video, I will be giving you short book recommendations that you can read in a single sitting. So let's begin. So now, short books don't necessarily mean that they are easy to read. They're just quick to finish because they could be really, engaging and very quick paced in a sense. So that's what makes them easy to read. So first recommendation is Animal Farm by George Orwell, which is a classic piece of English literature. Now, Manor Farm basically is the farm that we explore in this book. It is like any other English farm with a drunken owner whose name is Mr. Jones and very deprived animals. The animals are malnourished and also are deprived of basic rights and facilities that any farm animal would require. And that's where it all starts. Gradually, it is seen that how a revolution among the farm animals overthrow the rule of the manor farm's owner, that is Mr. Jones, and how the pigs they become the leader of the basic, the farm, and how gradually that also goes downhill. So basically, this is a satire on and also an allegory on the Russian Revolution on a much deeper level, and is a completely savage political satire. And I think you should get your hands on it because it's really quick to read. And if you compare it to other classics, it's basically very easy and simple in the sense of its language. And it has about 100, and this edition basically has around 115 pages, so that is as tiny as it gets. So yeah, I hope you would pick this up as well. The next recommendation is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I apologize if that was an incorrect pronunciation. So basically, this is again another classic, but it is beautifully illustrated, which makes it even easier to read. And it's of course quick paced and is small in its length. Again, it has around 140 pages, this edition. And this is actually a beautiful edition, but I've seen so many editions all over the place, which I really want. This book has beautiful editions. And fun fact, it is the fourth most translated book in the world. And this book is basically about a pilot who crashes into the Sahara Desert, whose plane crashes into the Sahara Desert, and there's this little prince or a little boy, curly golden hair and very lovable, very lively. And he shows up over there, and he claims to have fallen from somewhere. He has claimed to have fallen on the earth from some distinct or completely different planet, and he demands the pilot to draw a sheep. So that's where the hilarity of the book starts, but it delves deeper into loneliness and loss and forgiveness and all those aspects of friendship and love and everything in between. So basically, it is slightly poetic in its sense. It may be a little hard to grasp, but once you get into it, it is absolutely beautiful and it's full of adventure. If you yearn for something like that, I think you would definitely love it. The next recommendation is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Now, this book can be pretty strong and could be triggering for certain people. So you may want to check that out before you dive into it. But this book is also a little depressing, a little dark. Honestly, it could put you in a reading slump, a very good, decent reading slump. So it basically is around of 200 pages. So this is basically about a boy or a character named Charlie, and how he it's basically about his experiences in high school and how he travels or traverses that uncharted territory of making new friends and basically creating a new life in high school. And it's just about the roller coaster it is of growing up. That's basically what it is in a simpler sense, but it dives much deeper into a lot of stuff which you would want to check out. And I won't be giving it away right now. I will get keep that information and I would let you read it first. But yes, it is an impactful and a powerful book, but is also very very sad, deeply saddening somehow, I don't know. So you may want to keep that in mind before going into it. And I of course there's also a major motion picture. It's also a movie which I haven't watched, but maybe I will. I think after reading the book, I was like, I can't watch the movie, but I'll get to it pretty soon, I guess. All right, the next book recommendation is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Now, this book is around 270 pages, but honestly, it is just a big book, and like it has parts that like short chapters, which makes it very quick paced, and it's also very easy to read in that sense. So it becomes a quicker read. It's not full length, it's not charted from page to page, so it's just making it a quick and short read basically. So Midnight Library is a beautiful beautiful book. I mean, I have seen people not liking this book. Now I don't know where that comes from, because I think it was a beautiful and simple tale. I think people tend to overanalyze things and then find it's, you know, um, false. But I feel that this was a book that shouldn't have any criticism. But I don't know. It's basically about a library which is between life as well as death, and within that library the shelf, they go on forever and ever, and every book, it gives you a chance to try a new life. Okay, so like every book you pick up, it's a new chapter or a new life which you could have had if you hadn't taken a particular decision or a particular thing. So it basically dives deeper into the mental health aspect of the main character or the protagonist, who is Nora. And that's how, you know, it all begins. So it basically questions the deeper question: what would you have done if you had another chance? What would you undo? What would you do different? So that's how, like, all that's all the book explores, honestly. And I just think that it is beautifully written. It is slightly slow paced, but it is comforting in that sense, and I really think you should check it out. My favorite quotes from this book, which I still want to come back to, I literally remember the page number 126. I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude. And that is so true. I mean, as an introvert as well, and I think solitude is one of my favorite friends. So that is my way to convince you to read this book. The next book is Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Albom. Now, Mitch Albom is a wonderful author. I've only read Tuesdays with Maury, and I can't wait to dive into more by the author. And basically, this comes in the non-fiction category, but I mean, I love this genre of non-fiction where I read books like these. Give me more of these. So it basically speaks about maybe someone you look up to, someone who understands you, someone is more who's more older, patient, and wise. So for for Mitch Albom, it was his college professor Maury Schwartz, and he goes back to him to speak with him and to interact with him after nearly 20 years of his college life. And over the years, maybe you lose touch with your professors and your guides and your mentors, all the insights fade away, and everything just seems slightly more, you know, distant or far away. But again, there are bigger questions you would wish to ask your mentors over the years, maybe not now, maybe some years after, especially when there are certain special mentors who actually you wish to even speak to. But Mitch Albom, he got that second chance of discovering his college professor, or rediscovering his college professor in a different sense, when he is in the last few months of his life, and all the wisdom and he could impart from Mori is basically in this book, and it is beautiful. And I think you really should read it. It is definitely eye opening, and it is also very heartfelt. It will definitely make you cry, but also keep you warm. Is definitely beautiful. So these are all the books that I recommended. I hope you do pick out a few out of these. And these books are ideal. You would finish them in a day or in a single sitting quite easily. And of course, I'm not challenging your pace here. This is just a suggestion that these are quick and you can pick them up. But yes, it's not necessary that these are easy to read. Like Tuesdays with Maury is pretty easy to read, and so is The Little Prince and Midnight Library also, yes. But Perks of Being a Wallflower and Animal Farm could be slightly typical. You may want to check that out before you dive into any of these. So I hope you like these recommendations. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment if you enjoy reading watching this video. You don't read a video. So goodbye everybody. Tune in next week on Friday. Goodbye.